Hi guys! Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. If this is your first time here, then welcome. My name is Caroline and it is so nice to meet you. And if this isn't your first time here, then welcome back. And I really appreciate your continued support as always. Today, I'm going to be talking about 10 things that I wish I knew before going to college. This is a video that I've been wanting to make for quite some time now since it's a resource that I wish I would have had before going to college. So just for reference, I am a rising junior at Columbia University, which means that I have completed 2 years of college and that I have 2 more to go. So these are just some tips and tricks, some lessons learned along the way. And even though I do go to one specific school, I feel like these tips are going to be very relevant no matter where you're attending. Some of the tips today are going to be more general, some are going to be more oddly specific, I guess. But no matter what, this will just really help you ease your way into literally a new dimension of your life. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Number 10. Sign up for a lot of clubs, but don't sign up for too many clubs. During orientation week in your first year, you will generally have a chance to explore all the different extracurricular activities that your school offers. And so this is usually at a big club fair or big activities fair, and it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of giveaways, little snacks, little, tokens of appreciation for you to sign up on email lists. This is a really great way to make friends. This is a really great way to get to know your school. So I highly recommend that you do go explore and see what potentially might interest you. But I also highly recommend that you do not sign up for email listservs that you know you will not join. As the year goes on, as you kind of narrow down your interests, you're going to get so many emails from all the different listservs that you sign up for, and it might not be worth it to spend so much time kind of just unsubscribing from those email listservs. So if you are 100,000% sure you're not going to join that club, then don't sign up for it. But if there's even a 5% chance that you'd want to join this club, then sign up for it. I think Jeong at Duke, he never did theater in his life before, but he joined a student production group, and look where he is now.
Absolutely. I was honored to be chosen as a commencement speaker this year at Duke because I went there for college and university, and that's where I discovered my love of acting.
Find a good balance. Don't force yourself to go to so many clubs that you're overwhelmed, but do go to some clubs or several clubs that you know that you might have some interest in. Let's move on to number 9. Don't be afraid to go out of your comfort zone in meeting new people. This is really important because college is so different from high school. In high school, you're maybe what you see in movies is a little bit exaggerated, but you can see how some cliques form. Some people have been hanging out in the same friend groups ever since elementary or middle school. But in college, it's so different. Everybody is coming in with a fresh mindset and outlook on life. It's definitely worth it to go out and reach out to people. Take risks. I know a lot of people feel like they don't want to do that because they're afraid that people will think that they're weird or that they're too extroverted, but I feel like if it is who you are and you like to make friends, then just be yourself. Tip number 8. This has to do with clubs again, extracurricular activities. This was something that really surprised me. A little bit of background. So in high school, when I joined clubs, they'll tell you when the meetings are and you can go and just be a member of the club. But in college, it's actually very different, and I was really surprised to hear about this, that you actually have to apply to join clubs. You don't just sign up and become a member. At least for my experience in the clubs that I've joined, you actually have to go through a pretty rigorous application process. They'll send you an interest form. You sometimes have to go to interest meetings to show that you actually want to be a part of that club. And then after that, you'll have a written application usually. And sometimes there's also an interview process. And usually there is an interview process. Number 7. This is another tip that is going to be about clubs. Okay, and this one is that clubs actually take place at night. I guess I don't know what I was expecting. I didn't expect them to take place in the morning or throughout the day, but because in high school you have a set schedule, for example, you have classes from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. or something like that. In college it's different. Everybody has classes on a different schedule. Some classes can end at 8 p.m., some lab classes end at 10 p.m. So it's a really broad range of student schedules that these clubs have to organize themselves around. So they're usually late at night, either at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m., even 10 p.m. sometimes. And student events are also typically in the evening from 6, 7, 8 onwards. So because these clubs end kind of late and it's usually really pitch black outside when the club meeting is over, it's a good idea to find a walking buddy or a friend or someone who lives by you to walk back with, back to your dorm, back to where you're living. It's also just a lot nicer to have someone to walk back with. You feel a lot more secure, and it's nice to have someone to talk to too. So just keep that in mind. Number 6. So this tip is not going to be about clubs, finally. This is going to be about class registration. So registration is kind of a very nerve-wracking experience your first time. At least for the system that my school uses, everything is online. Add classes to your wish list and you're assigned a time where you're allowed to make changes to your schedule. So for the general student body, these times are assigned at random. The first slot might be at 9 a.m. and there'd be at 9:05 or 9:10. I think my first year, I had a time maybe 2 or 3 hours after the first spot opens. And 2 or 3 hours, it might not seem like such a big deal in the long run, but when you're looking at the time and you're looking at all the class spots filling up by the minute, it kind of gets you nervous. You've already done so much planning, so much, I guess, research into which classes you want to take, which ones would actually work well for you and your schedule. And so you might see that all those spots are filling up and you might feel a little bit overwhelmed. But I'm here to tell you that everything will be okay. Even if you think in the moment that your schedule's not gonna work out, it'll work out. Registration is always stressful, but everything will work out. Number 5. Don't bring too much stuff with you when you're moving in. When you're packing, you're gonna feel like everything in your room suddenly is something that you vitally need to survive. There is a limit in size depending on where you're going, of course, but if you're going to a city school, chances are the dorms aren't gonna be huge and spacious, and you're gonna have to be methodical and smart about what you bring. Bring the things that are most important to you, but don't overcrowd your room because then you won't have space to sleep well, you won't have space to do your homework well. Also, before you leave for school with everything that you packed, make sure that you're not bringing anything that is prohibited by the school. Just double check. It usually won't take too long. Just do a quick read through the things that you aren't supposed to bring or aren't supposed to have in your room. So another reason why I'm kind of recommending you guys to bring only what you need is that what goes in must come out. At the end of the year, you're gonna have to move all that stuff out. Unbeknownst to you, during the school year, you're going to seemingly randomly accumulate so many things in your room. When you're packing up at the end of the year, you're gonna find that all of a sudden there's so much stuff to pack up again and bring home. So just be wary of what you're actually taking with you. Number 4, don't always study in one spot. At Columbia, there is a library called Butler Library that is, I guess, the most famous library at the university, and it's where a lot of the undergrads study. But there are so many other libraries at universities that might be more your style. And there are usually different vibes to these. So Butler, for me at least, is more a late night studying, past 12 a.m. kind of vibe. But NOCO, you can study there during the day. There's beautiful views. It's a glass building, so you can see outside. If it's a nice day, it brings a little bit of sunshine into your studying session. Different libraries have different specialties, I would say, and it's something that might be helpful for you for your future studies. Number 3. So this piece of advice not only applies to people who are just entering college, it applies to people who are still in college like myself, who have already graduated, who have already been working, who are retired, or, just like anybody in the world. This tip is that, at least coming from me, for what it's worth, it's okay to be alone. A lot of what you see in the media, a lot of TV shows and movies, they always show that there is going to be this super, super tight-knit friend group, or just like there's always going to be socialization happening. Like I said before, be open to socialization, but it's also okay to be alone. What do I mean by that? It's basically like you don't always have to be with other people in order to be happy. To just do things that you want to do. For example, if it's a Friday night and you just want to do laundry and watch your Netflix show, just don't be afraid to spend time for yourself. Don't think that you have to do everything for someone else, Even extroverts need time for themselves sometimes, right? So yeah, definitely I'm here to give you the okay for that, for whatever that's worth. Number 2. This one is about physical fitness and I think also mental fitness. You'll find that physical fitness and maintaining physical fitness is really, really important and is really key to being healthy and even having a healthy mindset. In college, or maybe this is a product of the environment that I'm in, but I find that people work out a lot more in college than in high school, voluntarily at least. And this is a good thing. It releases the endorphins, happy chemical signals in your brain, and it just not only improves your physical health, but it also helps you take a mental break from all the studying that you're doing, from all the stress you might be under. There's no set way to go to the gym. Just do whatever makes you happy and whatever makes you feel accomplished. And last but not least, number 1. At whichever college you're going to, there's always going to be people who you think are smarter than you, who you think are more talented than you, not even just in studying and in academics, but in musical performance, in socializing, even making friends, especially if you are the type of person who really wants to become the best version of yourself, really wants to do good things and contribute to society. You might think it's really important to always be comparing yourself to something or someone, but really self-improvement is what really gets you where you want to go. And the most important thing is to try to build up your self-confidence, try to build up your self-esteem, and yeah, I know it's a lot easier to say than to do. Take a breather, think about what you really want, think about your priorities, and go do something, go give yourself a mental break if you need it. And you're gonna feel so much more refreshed and just content with where you're at. So yep, this is tip number 1, very, very important. Keep this in mind throughout your life. So that's all I have for you guys today. 10 things that I wish I knew before college. And let me know down in the comments below what other topics you guys are interested in, what you're most anxious about for college, what you're most excited about for college, what you're looking forward to, or even where you're going for college. Leave that in a comment down below. I'll be sure to read them and get back to you guys. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. It really means so much to me, your support, and just even your watching this video. I do appreciate it. And be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this, and also turn on notifications if you want to know whenever I post. So look forward to more college vlogs, more college advice coming soon, maybe some makeup tutorials, just different videos of interest for you guys. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.